Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO Jurassic World. Let's continue the story of the third movie, Jurassic Park 3. I guess that's what it's called. I don't think there was a subtitle, like The Lost World or anything. So, like I was saying in the last recording, it seems like we're pretty much stuck. We have the rich man, his wife, the pilot, this adventurer intern guy, or apprentice, I guess, and Dr. Grant. And that's about it. And then there's that dinosaur in the stockades. Hmm. And we are on which island? Which island is this? You have Isle. This one is called what? Doesn't tell you the name, does it? So we're on the Lost World second island, obviously. And I guess right around here is where we'll have the Jurassic World log icon. But we're in free play mode for a moment. I have over 1,000,000 studs, so if I could find the the red brick that would multiply the score times 2, that would be very nice. But I'm afraid what's going to happen is I'll play all of the levels, including the Jurassic World movie levels, and still not have found it. Spilled that doorway. Yeah, that should help. These tiny little things are annoying. And last movie's worth of levels, I complained about the girls always screaming. This character's got a megaphone that's squeaking all the time. I mean, man, can they just not do something like that? Is it necessary to always have the characters making annoying noises? Is that appealing to little kids? I don't think repetitively making annoying noises is appealing to kids. I think having the ability to make noise when the kid wants to, which feels repetitive, is a little bit different. If that makes any sense. A kid wants to be able to control whether or not they can make noise, and then they will realize they can control something and then make noise enough to irritate the parents. Uh, but I'm not, as the player, controlling the squawking of this character. So we need him again to use his trusty Raptor claw to cut through this. I'm not sure there's even a single scene in any of the movies in which he actually uses a Raptor claw to cut anything. And then we just move forward. I'm standing right here. I'll have to walk forward a little bit more. So they've crashed on the island. You still don't really know what the true
You let a 12-year-old
go
go parasailing alone?
No!
He was with a friend of mine.
Ben Hildebrand.
How long have they been missing?
8 weeks.
Almost 8 weeks.
So why me?
He said we needed someone who'd been on the island before.
I have never been on this island.
Sure you have.
That was Isla Nublar. This is Isla Sorna. Site B.
Nobody move a muscle.
So here we have a T-Rex fighting this new dinosaur. And this new dinosaur is somehow gonna hold his own because he's supposed to be the new guy.
You have to be quiet.
Is that about me?
It's Dr. Grant.
So, in my theory that each movie is like some level of having a child, where the first movie is kind of them thinking, is Dr. Grant and Sarah thinking about having kids, and the second movie I think originally was supposed to be Dr. Grant and Sarah actually having kids. This now seems like that period in which your kid gets lost or sick, which happens to almost every parent, and dealing with a child who's in danger or the worry or but I really do think I'm reaching for this metaphor. It feels like maybe it was somewhat a thought going through one of the producers or writers' heads, but it's a lot easier just to say each of these are just dinosaur movies and they have no other deeper meaning or theme.
T-Rex than the Spinosaurus. Maybe we can distract it?
Spinosaurus. Never heard of a Spinosaurus. For all I know, it was one of those dinosaurs that we thought existed and it turned out, no it doesn't. Which kind of happens every now and then. People find dinosaur bones and match them together and then they think, well, this means we've discovered a new dinosaur, and then after a lot of peer-reviewed research, it turns out no, you just accidentally mixed the bones of two dinosaurs that happened to die, perhaps when they were fighting each other, or one was eating the other. And that's easy to do because very few dinosaurs are complete sets of bones, so often one dig will find like a third of a dinosaur and then they will mix and match all those pieces with other forms of dinosaur until they find one that they think is a match. Still very much, for all we know, all the dinosaurs looked completely different, and until we have that time machine we'll never know for certain. Interesting way to move the story forward. See, when they do something like that, and that moves the story forward, then I kind of have to wonder what happened in the actual movie. Because certainly they didn't slingshot a giant squeeze toy at the dinosaur. They must have done something completely different. This tree is... Oh, I'm now gonna play as the T-Rex. Tap the B button. Now it's quick time events.
I think it needs more help. Come on, gotta get up there.
And that knocked down the tree. That's good. It's still very strange, but a genius move to allow us to play as the dinosaurs, even for a little bit. Jurassic Park 3 could have been a movie certainly just about the dinosaurs with very little humans involvement at all, and that might be what it actually is going to happen here. Where's the other guy? The guy with the gun, him. He's over here waiting for some reason. The one character that needed to make it over didn't make it over.
It's okay. I don't think they hurt me.
So now we're building the slingshot to do something. I needed more pieces.
We better
Now
not
it's
miss.
Over to you, Dr. Grant.
and now it's Dr. Green's turn to cut this. threw a bunch of bird eggs at him and got the birds after him. Now we switch back over here and start fighting. X, A, B, it's the same pattern. They should have done a couple of patterns.
Any ideas?
That's lazy on the animation design. Let's go ahead and pull this. See what this does. Switch to this guy. There must be a lot more to this level because I only have like a third of the needed studs.
Right. Whoever heads over needs to distract the Spinosaurus again.
So that could have been any character. Spinosaurus isn't even a good name for a dinosaur. It's too on the nose. Like Tyrannosaurus Rex is just kind of a made up word. It has no meaning in any parts of the word. Velociraptor. Well, we don't really have raptors or velocity, but we do have velocity. So you kind of get where that is from. But Spinosaurus seems just made up. Maybe that's why Jurassic Park could never really have been a super long-running franchise. You just aren't enough dinosaurs. Let's see, now we play as the T-Rex again. Are we going to do the exact same pattern of attacks again? Step back, swing your head to hit them, grab the neck, swing the body around. No, that was slightly different. There.
Come on, let's move while they're both busy.
Yeah, move. Move which way? Right towards them. Here you can see a glowing brick that we would need a dinosaur to break. Let's run this way, I guess. So we're gonna just sneak between the two. And at most, that's half
Kirby.
the level.
There's no such thing as Kirby Enterprises, is there?
It's Kirby Paint and Tile Plus. The plus stands for bathroom fixtures. We're in the Westgate Shopping Center, Enid, Oklahoma.
Billy? We go back to Clay and salvage what we can, and we make for the coast.
Dr. Grant, we're not leaving this island without our son.
Then you can go and look for him.
Why would you even
You're not
fly?
really a mercenary, are you?
I never said I was.
So, what do we do?
Search for your son. In the direction that they're going.
Excellent, excellent.
It's like they should, just because of the flying dinosaurs, there should be a no-fly zone strictly around all of the island.
We're gonna find him. You listening to me? We're gonna find him.
See, and Dr. Grant now, oddly, you'd think it would be Dr. Malcolm that would be a little bit more likely to do this, although not even Malcolm would probably do this. Seems to be very uncaring about their son.
Alright, I can shoot that down.
And so we need him as a character if we want him to stay likable. He needs to have a change of heart after the initial frustration of being lied to wears off in the next level or scene or so. If he just maintains we've got to get out of here. The assumption, I suppose, is the son is already dead, and it's a good assumption to make, but it wouldn't be much of a movie, would it, if that was the case? We don't have an agile character unless she's an agile character. She is, alright. Sticking with the typical all females in Lego games are agile characters, which is fine,
Whoa.
because
Hey, there's some luggage stuck up here. Someone will need to cut it down.
typically they don't have any other abilities. Let's see. She has the Sonic Scream and agility. At least they can fight like all the other Lego characters. If you want to compare that, at least the women in Lego games can fight. In Fallout Shelter, when any of the women are pregnant, they run away whenever there's an attack of any sort. So it becomes kind of an annoyance. And when you start getting into some really, really old games, the princess getting kidnapped is a pretty common trope in stories and video games. These are new dinosaurs. They're like stronger versions, but they're not really hurting me too much. But they take a lot of pummeling. That's an interesting design for an enemy, one that won't attack you until a while. Just a slow but strong enemy. Let's go ahead and save and continue while we're at it. Really, to move forward on my theory of the thematics of these movies, since the fourth movie kind of has the characters, has the parents almost, well, they were on the verge of divorce by the time the movie starts. So when you consider that, this could be the tragedy, the beginning of it, and that would be kind of surprising. Oh man, that thing, I tried twice to push that and it didn't work. Look how fast I built that too. So that, if that's with no extra fast build enabled, ooh, I may not get a fast build. It could certainly thematically be a, like, this isn't gonna work. He's not the character I wanted. I need this guy in this position. Then switch to anyone else. And then it automatically switches to this guy. And that would be quite a sneaky setup to have two movies set up the story of kids, and then the third movie for the kids to die. So if you imagined that instead of Sarah, Dr. Ian's daughter in the second movie, it was the two kids from the first movie continued, and then instead of the son of these two fake rich people, it was still the two kids from the first movie, a little bit older, lost on the island. and then it pulled the trap after like 2.5 movies. They actually killed one or both of those kids. That would be quite the shocker. Kill like the older one and introduce another younger one. But see, that's at that point a drama and not a action adventure movie.
Hey, there's
And
a
while there is a
parasail
little bit of,
You fly one of those.
Maybe, as long as the sail's not torn.
it looks pretty torn for. Oh, what he picked up was a parachute. The problem with parasailing, however, that being the reason they're on the island makes no sense at all. Because that means they had every intention on landing on the island. Also, the problem here is they're saying they're heading to shore as if there's just going to be boats sitting there with gas ready to go. Diesel evaporates rather quickly, about a year after it's sat around in a tank. And gasoline's not goes bad after about a year too, so
Don't worry.
if nobody's been on the island and there's no boats like they could looking at the shore making sure dinosaurs don't get off the island, how were the parasailers planning on escaping the island, and why would you parasail and land on this island full of dinosaurs? See, there's that thing, which I still don't know what that thing is for. Yet, that'll probably be a free play thing. These blue electrical panels, I assume we're gonna get like some kind of taser gun or something.
Can you use that?
So at this point, they found the parasailer chute and a torn parachute, but they haven't found the body. And I guess that's the only hope they could really hold on to is, well, we haven't found the body yet. Would you find a body in an island full of dinosaurs? I kind of question if you would. I mean, meat is meat. They may just eat anything they find. I can't get far enough back to hit this. So that's probably a free play thing. A fade out and a fade back in instead of a
Close by now.
Maybe through those vines?
instead of just killing me and respawning me in a pop. Usually when you die in a Lego game, you pop out and pop back in. There's the Lego poo. Let's see, what are we gonna build? We're gonna knock the plane over and use it as a bridge.
Watch out!
Very much just a point A, point B mission again. We're not running into a lot of puzzles or any things. And that's one of 3, so I either missed the other 2 or there's more to do. She's not gonna do the poo. He's not gonna do the poo. He's not gonna do the poo. He's not gonna do the poo. And he's not gonna do the poo. That's what I figured. Cut our way through here. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a boss fight. We got some spitters. there's a whole second class of dinosaur that goes on in these movies. Important that you have them and they make a cameo appearance, but you really couldn't make a entire movie about it. If they were gonna do that, they should have done it in the first movie and been only focused on the spitters escaping the island and none of the other dinosaurs escaping the island, and just show how dangerous one of the weaker uh, weaker species would still outmaneuver humans. And then I would say do either the T-Rex or the Velociraptor in the second movie. But I don't think you can guarantee you get a second movie if you don't go all out with the first one. Even a Steven Spielberg production doesn't immediately guarantee a sequel. So it totally makes sense that in the first movie they show you spitters, they show you several other ones. Let's see. So here's like a life jacket, I think. That's what it looks like it is. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Lego life jacket. All the Lego boats I've ever seen were pirate ships. I don't think I've seen a modern one that would require a life jacket. That may exist, it may not. We're gonna watch a video now?
Hey, no, I want that. Hey, let me take that. Hey, come on, give me that. Come on. There's a big cliff.
They're eating popcorn in the background.
He's alive. I know he's alive.
Eric! Eric!
Does Is this guy doing something too? Seems like he is. Weird. I was trying to figure out if the plant grows after they lay the eggs or if they lay the eggs specifically under the plants. And I guess for the artistic design there, the plant probably grows after they lay the eggs. Looks like all these mini kit collections are going to be some pretty cool looking Lego bone structures of dinosaurs. You might have a very nice looking museum somewhere on this island where when you get all those put together. Hopefully, that would be nice. Otherwise it's just going to be a very not very well thought out collection of mini kit things that you can only see in a small little section of the screen. We'll have to find that out much later though. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.